Hey guys, welcome back. All right, so today I wanted to discuss with you a little bit about what's regulated, what you can't ship through USPS. Now, USPS, FedEx, UPS, DHL, they all have different rules and regulations. I'm not here to tell you what you should and shouldn't do. I am here to tell you that I ship 95% through USPS. They make everything much easier. So let's discuss one thing, what you cannot ship through USPS in the US. You cannot ship airbags, ammunition, explosives, gasoline, or marijuana. That is medical or non-medical. They don't want your pot. Okay, so that's prohibited in the United States. You cannot ship any of those items. Also, just so you know, I'm getting all this information directly from USPS.com, and it's all found under their Postal Explorer tab. And that's going to allow you to see what's prohibited, what's not prohibited. Now, prohibited international shipments. No aerosol cans, airbags, alcoholic beverages, ammunition, cigarettes, dry ice, explosives, fruits and vegetables, gasoline, marijuana, nail polish, perfumes containing alcohol, or poisons. None of those can be shipped internationally. Now, let's say, I'm going to use this as an example. I have hairspray, and I've just sold some hairspray, and I've got a girl in California. She really wants my hairspray. This is a real scenario. So I need to ship this hairspray. Now it's going to California. 90% of the time, they would put it on a plane on the East Coast and fly it to the West Coast. But it's hairspray. It's an aerosol can. It's flammable. It is hazardous. It can create an issue if it is mistreated. So what I want to do is I want to ground ship only that item. And it's going to be labeled with a consumer commodity, ORMD, sticker. That is a blue sticker with a white border, and that basically means that it is only going to be surface mailed. It is not going to get put in the air, which can cause an issue. Now, there is another one, too, that is called limited quantity, and that is for hazardous materials that can be shipped, but that have limited quantities. You can't send but so much, and you have to put the limited quantity sticker. It looks something like this on the package. You need to go to USPS.com. You need to read their rules and regulations. Folks, I'm not kidding about this. There are huge fines if you get caught shipping something you're not supposed to ship, or if you get caught shipping something and it has not been properly labeled. I used to work for UPS, and I used to touch every single package that came into our facility. I was the main splitter, and I split all the packages into their destinations. And many times, we would have packages fall off the belt. There would be liquid all over the place, and we'd have no idea what this liquid is. The first thing we do is we go to that box and we look for the material sheet that has all of the listings of what this chemical is or whatever this liquid is. And if it didn't have the liquid, we had to bag it up, we had to get it off site, and we had to shut down everything because we don't know what we're dealing with. We had a mercury spill one time. Some thermometers, old vintage thermometers, came through. They broke. The mercury actually seeped out of the box and onto our belt. We had to shut down our entire sort. So that kind of stuff can cause some serious issues. So I encourage you to go to USPS.com, find the Postal Explorer tab, and just start browsing through. It'll give you all the information you need. Now, these stickers that look like this, I just drew this one on, they're going to want to sell you these stickers. You can go to Google Images and print off the appropriate sized label and tape it to the box. You do not have to buy their stickers. So I just want to let you know that. Some companies even pre-print this. If you notice, if you go to Advanced Auto Parts, the cases of oil will have this pre-printed on the outside of the box. And that's just a way for them to save a little money. They know they're going to always be sending oil in those boxes, so they go ahead and pre-print them. Okay, so USPS.com, Postal Explorer, go check that out. Now, the fun stuff. So I went yard selling this morning, and I also went to all my thrift stores. I got a lot of stuff, but I ran into a guy who's just now starting, and he said, Eddie, he said, I'm having a hard time finding stuff. He said, I've only got $5 to my name. What can I do with $5? I was in the store with him, and I bought all of these items in the same store for less than $5. Let's see, less than $5. And I'm going to net over $100. And I want to show you what I bought. This gentleman had already been in the store for 30, 40 minutes browsing around, and he walked over all three of these items. So, to start, we'll start with the small ones. Nuck Nucks. Everybody knows what these are, pacifiers. 50 cents a piece. Okay, on average these sell for anywhere from $7.50 to $9.50 a pack. It's going to cost you $3 on average, maybe $3.50 to ship these, but 50 cents to $3 profit. You know, that's quick, that's easy. They're brand new. I know I keep telling you guys you want to, 10 times your money. That's the goal. But if you can 10 times your money on everything kind of pulled together, then you're doing good. So I'm going to actually list these two for $12 plus shipping, and I'm going to sell them together as one. So we spent $1, we made 12. All right, so there you go, $12. This guy, this is a KitchenAid mixer cover. Now, some people like these, some people don't. I've actually heard pros and cons. I've heard that if you get bugs inside, then they can actually just reside in there and you don't even know they're there. You never take off the cover. We don't have one of these on our mixer, but pick this up for $1, and I just listed it for $28. So we're at 28 plus our 12. That puts us at $40. I spent $2. So 2 to 40. Okay, there's those. Now, the biggest thing we found today, this guy right here, this is cast iron. This is a Hubley doorstop. This is a vintage cat Hubley doorstop. We're approaching Halloween, and I'm always looking for Halloween items. And when I first picked it up, I said, oh man, this is going to look great in the Halloween decorations. But it is not, going to get sold as that. It's going to get sold as a vintage Hubley doorstop. That was my dog barking in the background, if you heard that. He thinks I'm talking to someone. So it's marked on the inside, 1248, and that is your reference. When you're dealing with old things, you want to always look for some sort of maker's mark. Once you find the maker's mark, then you can find out who made it, then you can appropriately title that item and find a buyer. So I paid $2 for this doorstop, and I listed it for $65 or best offer. It'll sell anywhere from between $35 and $65. It just depends on the crowd. I know you guys are like, wow, $35, that's a lot off $65. It is, but you paid $2 for it. So, you're making your money. And I say that number because sometimes people, maybe somebody found one of these tomorrow and they go on eBay and they see mine for $65 and they see another one on there for $60 and they're like, well, I want to sell it fast, and they're going to undercut it for $35. That's okay. They can do that. I don't mind sitting on something for a while. I will. I have no problems with that. But 65, 28, and 12 gives us $105. So that's $105 that we're going to clear on less than $5 investment. $4 total we spent on 4 items. So if you want to average it across the board, $1 an item. So the margins wouldn't look that great here, but they look pretty good here, and they look pretty good here. So that gentleman, he followed me around the store, and I told him, I said, I'm going to try to find some things. And I walked around, and I picked up this, and I picked up these two, and I picked up this. And he goes, well, I just walked right over that stuff. What makes you think that's valuable? Experience. That's what makes me think it's valuable. It's all about experience. Now, also, I found this guy. This was in the 50-cent pile at a yard sale. Now, again, we're always looking for maker's marks. This is Fenton Art Glass. I believe I listed him for $28 or best offer. So 50 cents to $28. That's pretty good. This is very collectible. If you look on the bottom, you can see it's got a very hard to notice sand etched F, letter F. And then on the back, right there, there's an oval marking, and I'm experienced in glass, and I know that that's a Fenton piece of glass. Fenton glassware is very collectible. So again, this was on the 50-cent pile. Now look at this, folks. Look at it. This doesn't look like some cheap little piece of glass. This should catch your eye. You should stop and take a second look at this. So if you see anything that resembles this, look for that little mark on the back, right there by my finger, the tip of my finger. You see that little oval? It starts with an F and it ends with an N. That's Fenton. So this is a quick seller. It'll sell pretty quick. $28 or best offer. I paid 50 cents, so I've got a lot of room for negotiation. If somebody wants to negotiate, that's fine. And I did pick up some vintage Lacoste sweaters, some vintage jeans, just random knickknacks. But these were the best of the knickknacks. So if we want to actually pull this one in, since we paid 50 cents, I got this at a different place. But $4.50. And we're going to make somewhere around $130 on our $4.50. That's how I do what I do, folks. That's how I stay in business. People are going to tell you, well, Eddie, I went to a yard sale and she had brand new Legos. Guess what? That happened today. Went to a yard sale. This lady had two tables full of new Legos and used Legos. The used Legos had already been counted and verified that all the pieces are there. So I asked her, what do you want for all your Legos? And she said $250. It took a lot for me not to laugh inside. I grabbed my barcode scanner. I started scanning Legos. The most expensive one I found sold new for $109. Used, it was bringing about 50. I said, how much do you want for that one? She said 45. So she's looked online. She's educated on her prices. So I told her if she was interested in selling all of them as one lot, I gave her my number and that she could contact me. And she says that she has a lot more. So we will see. But for now, that's what I'm going to leave you with. We'll be back.